So, what do you think my 3D printers are up to now? Are they making gnomes? No, they're not. They're making snowflakes.
Good morning, everybody. It's Stephen here for Bland Designs and the Idiot Quilter, and welcome to my weekly vlog for Monday, November the 27th, 2023, and this is vlog number 340. And I hope you have recovered now from your Thanksgiving if you're an American, and of course I hope everybody recovered from Black Friday sales, if you partake of that, and if you found any that were decent. And of course today is what? Cyber Monday. So those of you that are Amazon shoppers, be prepared for a whole lot of emails in your inbox from Amazon today with fantastic sales. Yeah. Anyways, what have I been working on? Well, let's take a look here. Okay, this is Bundles of Joy, or the new name I have for it is actually Bundles of Joy / Bundles Destroyed, because if you look at this carefully, you will see that there are three little kitty faces here, three little kitties, and beside each kitty is a bundle of fabric that has suspicious-looking claw marks, because we all know what kitties do if you own a kitty, especially at Christmas time when there's gifts under the tree. The kitties like to rip them open with their teeth and their claws. They're just having fun. That's what kitties do. So I decided on this quilt to add these elements to it just for a little bit of fun. Now, this quilt was the second choice in the 4S Club collaboration poll that we did some time ago. More about that because there's a special event coming up this Saturday that I'm going to talk about shortly. But this one needs to get onto Lucy, get quilted, and be bound. Now, I'm not going to show you what the final product of this looks like. Right now it's a little wrinkly. It needs some ironing. Until about mid-January, when all of us on the 4S Club are going to reveal our creations from the ones that you chose for us. You know that the number one choice for me was the Scrappy Cats, and you have seen the top for that. It is now sitting over off camera waiting for me to bind it because, yes, I did last week. I got it quilted. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And, yeah, I'll get the binding on it today. And that one is done. And then I can concentrate my efforts on this one. Okay, another thing, though, that I did do between projects, sometimes you just get a little, you lose your sojo a little bit between big projects, especially if they've been very intense, and you just need something to clean your palette. That's why I call it a palette cleaner. So this is a palette cleaner. This is a table runner. It came as a kit. I bought it in Vancouver on Granville Island, which is part of Vancouver City, and it was a kit, and it was on for 50% off, and it was labeled as a Christmas table runner. Well, I bought it because I can't resist a sale, can you? And 50% off sounded good, so I think this cost me like about $15 or something, maybe 20. And it was with batiks, but of course it was in a kit. It was all sealed up, so I couldn't really get a good look at it. And I brought it home and promptly put it in my little cart of kits, as I call it, and there it sat and forgot all about it. Until about a week or two ago. And I was going through that cart, found this, and went, oh, well, it's supposed to be a Christmas table runner. Christmas is coming. I better get on with it. Well, it was a very simple project, and actually perfect for a palette cleanser, because they already had all the fabric in it. They told you what to cut the strips. Actually, I didn't. I only had to cut one of the strips of fabric, and that was the center piece. They gave you measurements for that. The rest were already pre-cut, and you just sewed them onto the ends of that piece in the center, and that was it. Then you layer it, bind it, or layer it, quilt it, bind it, it's done. But I thought it was kind of, but, these fabrics sort of suggest Christmas, but sort of not. I think it's a bit of a stretch of the imagination with the colors that are there. I mean, there are some trees, Yes. The yellow strips there are called poinsettia. Yeah, maybe, maybe not. I think I think the shop owner was trying to get rid of some ends of bolts on batiks and threw this together. But I thought I'd add a little extra element to it, so I cut out and sewed down the little tree appliques in the center, 3 different sizes. I thought that just put a little variety on this. Actually, it's a very cute little table runner. Sorry about the quality of the picture taking. I hung it up on my design board, and it looks like it's wonky. It isn't wonky. Trust me, it isn't wonky. It's the way it's hanging. Yeah, you're saying, yeah, that's your story and you're sticking to it. No, truly, looks a little wonky because of the way I hung it on that display board. You know, it is an art in itself for taking good pictures of quilts, I have found. Yeah, it's a professional kind of thing that needs, if you really want a good picture of a quilt and you're rotten at camera work like I am, you need a professional to take pictures of your quilt. But nevertheless, I digress. And yeah, so it's done. It's a palette cleanser. It's sitting in my big basket of potential gifts or things to give to people because I will probably never use this. Probably not. Yes, I know. I should open a store. I don't know. Maybe I should seriously investigate that more. What holds me back is, how do you get money for things? Like collect it, basically. And shipping. Yeah, shipping's a big one these days. Okay, moving on then. Do I have another picture of a project? I do not. Not for you yet. So let's talk about the YouTube channel of the week. Okay, I found out about this on a Stephanie and Steven Sews. And someone mentioned, did I know about Canada's Queen? And I said, yeah, she's dead. We have a king now. I said, no. There's some woman, some crazy woman, who's out there saying she is the Queen of the Kingdom of Canada. We have never been a kingdom. We were a dominion years ago when we were, a colony of the British Empire. But yeah, so what's this all about? Well, I did some exploring on YouTube, as one does, and I found an interesting video about this crackpot, because she is a crackpot. Here's what I mean. This week's YouTube video is about somebody who's very weird. Did you know that in Canada we have a queen? No, not Queen Elizabeth. She's passed away. We have a king. But we have another person from the Philippines who has declared herself the Queen of the Kingdom of Canada. And she is a nut job. Now, it was one of my subscribers that told me about this because this is a situation that's been happening for quite a while here in Canada, which I did not realize. Didn't hear anything about it on the mainstream news. So I did a search on YouTube and I found a series of videos about this nut job. And, if you just want to take a look at something that's, well, kind of amusing in a weird way, but also a little frightening to think that there are people that follow this lady and other people like her, it makes us really question what our world is all about and how easily people can be manipulated. So although this is very bizarre, there are some things that can be learned from seeing this video or other videos about this nut job. So if you're interested, check out this video, which comes from the National, called Canada's True Queen is a QAnon Influencer. So if you want to know more about Canadian royalty, check out that video. And there's other videos on YouTube about this nut job as well. Okay, moving on to resources here. So my contact information, as always, there's a link for that in the show notes. There's a link for this Wednesday's Sew with Stephanie and Steven session, Wednesday morning starting at 8 o'clock until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Come, have fun. I guess I better get my rear end into gear and figure out what I'm going to do for that day. I have an idea. It's another table runner. Actually, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that because it has a special ruler, and I'm going to talk about that tomorrow on Idiot Quilter if you're interested. Okay, upcoming event. There's a lot of upcoming events. Men's Sew Day. We've had one so far. I plan to have them on the first Sunday of every month. So the first Sunday of the month comes up this Sunday, December the 3rd. And yeah, it starts at 8 a.m. and runs until 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you're a man out there and you sew or you quilt, come and join us. If you'd like to be on the mailing list, then go to the show notes. You will find the link for my email address and just drop me a line saying you'd like to be on the mailing list for that. But in the meantime, whether you're on the mailing list or not, the link is here in the show notes. Now, this is an important session because I'm going to determine whether I'm going to continue doing these based upon the kind of response I get to this one. I've already had several people tell me they can't make this one. I've had one individual who didn't make the first one and stopped making the second one, and I don't know if they'll ever make the third one too. So I'm getting a sense here that maybe this is not something that is going to become popular. I don't know. Maybe it's because there's so few of us men out there that do the quilting, although it's growing all the time, or sewing. But we'll see, because, if there really isn't any interest in it, fine. Why bother? I mean, I do pop-up sew days. I do sewing with Stephanie and Stephen. There's lots of opportunity for people to join in for these kind of things. Those, of course, are open to anybody. This one was sort of an exclusive thing for men. I don't know, maybe their wives, spouses won't let them come. I don't know, but we'll see. But that's this coming Sunday, starting at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to be part of it, come join. You don't have to stay for the whole thing. And if you come late, that's fine too. Okay, so I always post my friends' YouTube channels in the show notes as well, but I want to talk a little bit about these. The first one on the list is Stephanie Stitches. Everybody knows Stephanie. How could you not? You need to be under a rock if you do not know who Stephanie is. But maybe there's a few out there. Now, Stephanie has a goal. She's hoping to get to 20,000 subscribers before the end of the year. That's a lot, but she's well on her way. She's, I think, at 16 or 17,000. So it is a possibility. But here's something we are discovering as YouTube creators. We can go in as creators and look at statistics about our YouTube channels. For example, on my YouTube channel, it says that I have 50.3 of all the people that watch my videos that are actually subscribed to my videos. So means there's 49.7 or 48.7, sorry, get the math right, that come, watch, but are not subscribed. And this is pretty much the trend across most YouTube creators' channels. What are you afraid of? It's easy. It costs you nothing. Hit the subscribe button. You hear YouTube creators say that all the time. And I am one of those creators that doesn't really say that, but I'm going to start saying it because people need a reminder. Walter said to me yesterday when I was talking about this with him, he said he's one of those kind of people. He goes in, he watches videos all the time, and he forgets to hit the subscribe button. And if you find after a while you're not watching them anymore, you're not interested in them or whatever, you can hit the subscribe button again to unsubscribe. So take a chance, because the more subscribers we have on our channel, the more the YouTube algorithm recognizes us and starts putting us in as recommendations for other people. And that's how our channels grow. And we do it mainly for our ego. There, I said it. It makes us feel good. Most of us are not doing this as a business. We're not gaining any huge amounts of money. Yes, for the sake of transparency, most of us are monetized. That just means that YouTube's going to throw ads onto our channel, whether we're monetized or not. So we might as well get a few pennies for that. And believe me, it's only a few pennies. Unless you have 1 million subscribers and 1 million views, you're making diddly squat. I'll be up front. I average $200 a month. Oh, I pay tax on that. Yes, I pay American tax on that. I have no choice. They take 30% of whatever I make, YouTube does, supposedly to go to Uncle Sam. I'm a Canadian. Yeah. Okay. So anything that the government has done for you that cost money, you're welcome. Because some of that was my money. But that's it. We don't make bundles on it. It's more of, it makes us feel good. It means that what we're doing, people enjoy and want to watch. Because there is no reason for making these videos if we didn't have an audience that were interested. So subscribing to us helps a great deal. So subscribe to Stephanie Stitches if you have not already subscribed to her, please. And the same goes with Shannon of Slay Arts. Shannon is a master foundation paper piecer. If you want to learn what you need to know about doing foundation paper piecing, take the mystery out of it, you need to watch Shannon. She does other things too. Shannon is relatively new to the YouTube universe. I think she's only been on it for about a year. And she is trying to hit the magic mark of 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Same thing goes. If you enjoy her videos, please hit the subscribe button. Another one is Russ of Quilt Meets World. Russ has not been doing this very long either. And his YouTube channel, as is Shannon's, are always evolving. So, if you're watching them now, you're in on the ground level of the process, basically, that YouTube creators go through over time. And we develop our channels according to what you say, what your comments are. So, the comment sections are very important in any of our YouTube videos. But Russ wants to hit 1,000 before the end of the year, and he's very close. He and Shannon both are very close to making that goal. So give them the Christmas gift of subscription, okay, and help them out. Of course, we have others listed in there too, like Adam of Adam Sews, and all of these ones I'm going to mention right now would appreciate your support as well. The Sean of The Guy Who Sews, and Felon of So Be It Quilts. These creators are ones that I have become friends with. We support each other. We like to bounce ideas off of each other. If we run into a problem that we don't know how to solve, we ask them if they've had something similar and they come up with solutions for us. We share. It is a community within a community, basically on YouTube. So please support these creators. Another one that's new to the scene, and she's just sort of started to get interested in, her subscriptions and things like that, is Kelly of Kelly's Quilts and Cruises. And she's getting close to 1,000 subscribers as well. And although she hasn't really stated she has a goal, I think it would be nice for you to support her because she offers something a little different. She doesn't just talk about quilts, but she talks about travel as well. So those are my friends, and, please support them. And then about myself. Okay. I am just about, or I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Now, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for just over 11 years. I started doing YouTube as a YouTube creator when I retired in 2012. And my whole channel has evolved over the years. I started out as a crafter. That was my passion, paper crafter, scrapbooker, that kind of thing. And it is evolved into what you see today. And I'm very happy with the support I've had and the number of subscribers that I have gained. And it would make my heart very, very happy to the point of exploding if I hit by the end of the year 10,000. I'm at about 9,650. So I'm close. But yeah, if you want to give me a Christmas present this year, subscribe. Please subscribe. Because as I told you, just under 50% of you watch my videos but have not subscribed. I don't bite unless you want me to. Okay, so that's enough pushing for everybody's YouTube channel. Let's move on, shall we, to, the weather. Let's take a look at the weather, if I can find it here. Okay, there was a suggestion of the four-letter word that starts with S, snow. And, well, you can see that on this forecast, it is 0 degrees Celsius in where I live, and it's showing snow. Now, I just looked outside, and there isn't any snow. I don't see any snow, and I'm looking out the window again right now, and I don't see any snow. Now, I guess they're saying that it was supposed to come at about 8 a.m. Well, we're past 8 a.m. at the moment, and it's 100% they're going to have it at 8 a.m. And then it shows the rest of the day kind of windy, I guess, and that's it. And let's look at the long forecast. 100% snow today. Not where I am. Nope, they're lying. And snow on Wednesday, 45% chance. And then we have rain on Friday, 75% chance. So, yeah. And the temperatures are bouncing all over the place. High of 5 today. High tomorrow of -2, then 0, then 5, 4, 2, 3, 7 next Monday. 35% chance of rain. So, basically, who knows? They don't know. Oops, wrong button, sorry. That's the button I want. Yeah. Okay, so that takes me to, well, basically, I don't have anything that's pissing me off this week, believe it or not. Well, I have some concerns. Okay. I'm laying in bed this morning. I usually wake up around 5 o'clock. And then I debate with myself, should I get up or should I just lay there? I mean, I am retired. I'm not on really anybody's time system or schedule, just my own. But I do put myself on a schedule. I give myself a list of things to do in the day. And if I don't get them done in the day, I get a little depressed because, I'm that kind of person. Type A personality, I guess they call it, or whatever. Possibly a little OCD as well in there. A little, you say? Yeah. So I have a list of things I want to get done. But I'm laying there in bed going, yeah, but I don't want to get up yet. Am I tired? No. Once my brain kicks in and starts thinking about the day ahead, I'm awake. So out of bed I get. Now, here's what I wanted to do today. Okay? I want to do my vlog. I have a quilt I want to get bound. I want to do a little light dusting as well. I want to get the rec room and that prepared for getting out the Christmas decorations. I don't know if we'll get out the Christmas decorations today. As I said on Stephen and Walter Live yesterday, I dread having to do the Christmas decorating, and I don't know how much of it I'm going to put up this year or whatnot. These are things that, first world problems, aren't they? These are not major things, really. But in my mind, they become major. So, what do I do when I get out of bed this morning? Before I had my morning coffee, well, first of all, I had to gather up all the garbage because it's garbage night. Garbage goes out tonight for pickup tomorrow. Okay, bang, off my list. Then I decided, well, I really need to clean up the kitchen and the family room. Now, I clean my kitchen. Okay, this is the OCD part. I clean my kitchen every morning. I have to. I have a small child here that messes it up. His name is Walter. That man, when he cooks, and he's a great cook, but no, you know where he's been, okay? Yes, I am particular, okay? Sorry, that is something ingrained in me from my mother. My mother was a meticulous housekeeper. You would never have found a dust bunny anywhere in her house. There was no corner that it could hide in. And I tend to be kind of the same way. So every day, every morning, as my coffee's brewing, I'm wiping down the kitchen counter and the appliances. Yeah. But because it's also part of our family room, because it's an open concept, I decided this morning, yeah, I need to feel good about something here before I get my day started. So I get out the Swiffer and I'm dusting. dusting, and we have glass tabletops in there. So I got out the Windex, the paper towels, did those, everything. So that room is done. I also decided maybe I should wipe down the kitchen cabinetry as well while I'm at it. One thing leads to another. And while I'm there, well, we have some paintings and things in the hallway and the baseboards. I need to dust those. So I started. Before I realized it, I was concentrating more on housekeeping than other things that I needed to do. So I stopped. My kitchen family room is clean. The hallway leading into the bedroom areas is nice and dusted. I need to dust my rec room. I need to run the robo over it as well. And I need to dust and do some light cleaning in the bathroom off the rec room. And then I should do, the stairs leading down into the rec room and the front foyer. Okay, you get the point. One thing leads to another. But I have other things I need to do, so I have to prioritize what I'm going to do. One of the priorities is working on my vlog today, plus working on next week's vlog, so I always work a week ahead. And then trying to figure out what I'm going to do about the Christmas decorations, and I'm really dreading having to get them out because they're in the crawl space, and I talked about the dark hole or the black hole of Calcutta called the crawl space that they're in, and having to push through the wardrobe of clothes like the Lion, Witch, and the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Narnia kind of a thing. So, yeah. So what's pissing me off about all of this? Me. Why do I get so uptight about cleaning and getting things done and wanting a sense of accomplishment? Well, I really do have. By the end of the day, if I've had a good day of where I've gotten a lot of things done, I've checked off things on my list, the endless list. Everybody's got one in some form. I feel good. Like I finished something. But getting there doesn't make me feel good. Now, once I get into the actual activity, I'm fine. I don't know if anybody else has that kind of thing, but it can create anxiety, and that's what's pissing me off. Don't let that get to me. I only have myself to blame. If I didn't really get to dusting the rec room today, there's always tomorrow. And our house is not filthy, okay? We keep a clean house. I do a little bit of cleaning almost every day around the house, something. I find if I break it into smaller chunks, like most tasks you don't like doing, if you break into smaller chunks, it's easier to manage. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time kind of philosophy. So, yeah. But it gets me in a knot. Now, what else is getting me in a knot? Well, I have such a busy weekend coming up. More about that in a moment. But next Monday, 1 week from today, I have to go to the dentist, not my favorite person, for my quarterly cleaning. Now, I am having some problems. I have had this for a while. I have some sensitivity in my teeth. Now, I told the dentist and the dental hygienist about this, not last visit, the visit before. Actually, I told him on both visits. The first time I mentioned it, the dentist looked at it and says, yeah, you need a couple of fillings here and there. I didn't have cavities. I don't know what she was filling in. I think because my gums are receding a little bit. It happens when you're my age and older, your gums recede. And dentists just, you can see it in their eyes. Ooh, your gums are receding. We can fix that. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. I do not like having them take their little sharp instruments and going in there and scraping the shit out of my teeth. It hurts. And I get all uptight. They can see me clutching the arms of the dental chair. And I think they giggle to themselves a little bit about that. Ooh, here it comes. And then they get in there with that little jet of water that is at sub-zero temperatures. Like when you spit it back out, it comes out ice cubes. That's how cold it is. And that's really great when you have sensitivity in your teeth, isn't it? Like, make me jump to the ceiling. And then they just giggle some more and get right back in there with their little tools. Okay, I look after my teeth. I brush after every meal. I water pick after every meal. And now I'm starting to couple the water picking up with actual using floss. Now, I've always used floss. The water pick is something new. My goal is to get in there, and when she starts doing the cleaning, she'll look and then go, whoa. Well, I'll just go through the motions, but there's nothing here much to clean out. I don't think they will do that because this is money. Money, 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 ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And that's the other thing that gives me grief is, the dentists always, after they're finished working on you, disappear. Have you ever noticed that? You go into the dentist office, you don't see them until they walk into the little examination room, do their thing, and then they go, well, okay, bye. And you don't see them again. But then you see the receptionist who's giving you the bill. That'll be $3 million and your firstborn, Mr. Bland. Thank you so much. I do have insurance. It covers 85%. Lucky me. I mean, the insurance is not free. We pay for the insurance every month. It's a third-party insurance plan. And thank God we have that. But it doesn't cover everything. And because the dentist knows you have insurance, they bill you as much as they want to. So that gives me anguish and that pisses me off. I wish, and I have thought about this in my imagination, I wish that when I was teacher, they had kids going to my school and they were in my class, and it would be payback time. I'm going to torture your child the way you tortured me in the chair. Well, I have a wicked imagination. I would never do that. But, sometimes. So, yeah. But again, this is my imagination taking over. And it creates stress for me because I know what's going to happen when I go into the dentist office. It's not going to be as bad as my imagination is making it out to be. But nevertheless, it still gets me going. So yeah, what am I pissed off at? Myself. Yeah, myself. I have to get out of my own head because being inside my head is more of a nightmare than a dream. Okay. So, new products. Do I have any? I do not. Nothing. I haven't bought anything in the last week. May need to rectify that. It is Cyber Monday. Okay, but let's go to the grow lights. Okay. Let me find my pictures here of the grow lights. Okay, just bear with me for a minute. Technology. Mac computers are wonderful, but trying to figure out what you hit next for find things is not easy. Okay, and where are the pictures of my grow lights? I can't find them. I'll be right back. Okay, I found my picture. The reason I couldn't find my picture is because it's actually a little video that I took of a problem we're having. Now you can see here in the still of the video, see the little white things that look like dust on our pepper plants? There's a lot of them. Those are whitefly eggs. Those are tiny little microscopic maggots. Yeah, we're infested. Apparently this is a common problem and whiteflies love pepper plants. Didn't you know? So, Walter sprayed them first with this stuff that we have for this kind of thing. That didn't do a heck of a lot because they're on the underneath side of the leaves as well as on the top, and that's very hard to get at. So Walter took the plants out. He turned them upside down and he dunked them in a mixture of, I think, a little bit of soapy water. And then he sprayed them and he gave them a good one. And now they don't look like that. Now they look pretty good. But apparently, whiteflies, mature ones, lay eggs every 4 days. So we have some little sticky things, as you can see some of them there, with some little black spots on them. Those are whiteflies. Why they're called whiteflies, I don't know, because they're black. They're all stuck there, dying. Good. And we bought some other ones too, as well, of those. A little different design, but the same principle. So we're keeping a close eye on this, and because we don't want these in our house, for one thing, and we don't want them sucking the life out of our pepper plants. And those little white dots, those little eggs or larvae or whatever they are, they do suck the life out of the pepper plants. So And that yellow one in the background is not a lemon. That's a yellow pepper. And there's some orange peppers there too. And the purple peppers are there, but they're starting to turn other colors. So, yeah. So, you wouldn't think you'd have this problem under grow lights. Now, mind you, these pepper plants you're looking at right now came in from outdoors. They were outdoors in the summer. Oh, I got the hiccups now. Summers. They were outdoors on the deck in the summer, and that's where they got infested. And we didn't know that. Walter brought them in, and, well, they love to be indoors, those little bugs. So, yeah. So that's a problem. But here's my little tiny video clip. I'll just show this to you now. So I was just looking at our pepper plants, and there's all this fine, what looks like dust on all of the pepper plants. So I asked Walter, and he said we thought it was sawdust. But we looked at it closer, and no, I think they're tiny little maggots. Little gnat maggots.
Let me spray this.
So Walter's going to spray it.
Okay, so that's fun. All right, moving on. I have been making some things on my 3D printer. Let me just find that picture for you. And I thought these were really quite cute. So I've made a bunch of them. They're Christmas ornaments, or they could go on Christmas packages. These don't take long to make. They're little snowflakes. I'm doing them in that dual colored filament that goes bluey and reddy color depending on how the light hits it. Right now, with the way the light's hitting them, they look a little purplish. But I'm going to put these onto each of those little packages that I've created for the ladies at Ultimate Sewing. And I think I may put a few on the bags that I'm taking to the quilting retreat in Georgia as well. Yeah, they're just kind of fun as well. Now, the original plan for these, they came out, they were much thinner, and when I was trying to get them off the build plate, unstick them from that, they kind of broke. So I went in and I made them a little thicker, and they work dandy with that. So that's what I've been up to. And I don't know what I'm going to make next on my 3D printer. I did see a YouTube video where a guy made a whole bunch of toys for underprivileged children. And yesterday I did make one of those toys. It was a little helicopter. I don't know. He must be making them differently than I did from the file, because kid gets their hands on that thing and the propellers would just break right off. They're so thin. So he must be doing something else with them. Mind you, he was using a different kind of printer than I have, so maybe that was the difference. I don't know. So I continue to play, as I always do. All right, so that takes me to blasts from the past trips. Now, this is a place in Australia that we went to. I have a 3-part video for this. This is part number 1. This was in February of 2018. And the name of the place, I am going to blow the name. There's a lot of difficult names in Australia for places. And this one was called Warrnambool. 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 I know some of my Aussie watchers out there will correct me on that. Sorry, but I have a hard time pronouncing my own name, let alone ones like this. So here's part 1 of that video.
Okay, so this is the next leg of our Australian adventure, and right now my heart is in my throat because we have a rented car and we're making our way to wherever we're going today. I can't say the name of the place, the Wombat City, whatever it is, so we're on the M1 highway, and of course, Walter's over here, which is not the usual kind of positioning because everything's on the left-hand side. So there have been some tense moments getting out of the city where I felt he was going to scrape me off onto the side over here. But hopefully after about an hour on this or something, we'll be used to this. I still look down here figuring there should be a steering wheel, but there isn't one. And oh my God, just help us. Okay, so we're heading towards, we think, the 12 Apostles. And you can see here on the map, there's Melbourne, and we're down here along this Princess Highway, Parkway, Freeway, whatever you call it, down along Geelong, and then eventually we'll hit the coastal road, which in itself could be a thrill.
Well, actually, I think when you type that in, we're not going the coastal road. It goes to the fastest route.
Oh,
I'll take a look.
yeah, okay. So anyways, down here, around here, somewhere along here, whatever. See, there's 12 apostles there. So God only knows. And then from the 12 apostles, where are we spending the first night? That's
We're
that.
around the bowl down at the other end.
Oh, over here. Okay, there it is. Warnambu. Warnambu. Say it 5 times fast. Anyways, we have a distance to go. It's about 400 kilometers. And all I can say is God be with us. Because I'm either going to get scraped off here by another car or I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so yeah, we are in a rented car, of course. And trying to figure out what kind of car this is. Walter says it's a Hyundai, a white one. That's all I know. And what was it you said about it? It's a mid-sized car?
It's a... I forgot what I said.
Well, if it's a mid-sized car, it's got a hatchback on the back. The hatchback barely fit our 2 suitcases. We don't have big suitcases. So, good thing we didn't get a compact or whatever, because we wouldn't have got your purse in
This
here.
is level 3.
Level
Next level up would have been a 4-door car. So
This is not 4 doors.
no,
This is 4
it's
doors.
5 doors.
5 doors. Okay. Yeah, the hatchback. All right, whatever. Anyways, yeah, it's a car. It's missing a steering wheel. That's all I know right there. Oh, no, there it is over there. Isn't that fun? And we got a GPS with it, too. And then we paid extra to get rid of the deductible.
Which we never do, but I don't know what the amount of kangaroos drop off around here.
Plus, the deductible was something like $4,000 or something. So the other was $36 a day to have that taken down to 0. So we have the car for about 7 days. In fact, we thought about getting rid of it a little bit earlier, but Walter sort of forgot to ask the guy at the thing if there was a penalty for that or not. I suppose once we get to Adelaide, we can always call them and ask them about that. Whatever, we'll see. Maybe by then we will be more comfortable driving in this country. And when I say we, I mean Walter. Maybe I'll be more comfortable as a passenger. That's to be seen. Okay, so now we're actually on the Great Ocean Road, and it's very windy. Very windy.
It'd take us all day to get there.
Yeah. Still a bit of a trek, but there, you can see the ocean, sort of, through the trees. And this place we're in, or just leaving, is called Anglesey. And I don't know what that guy up there is doing. It's a turn lane, I guess. It's very disorienting, all this left-hand side of the road thing. This gives you a bit of a view.
Now we hit the bushes.
Yeah, of course. There's ocean down there, trust me. We saw it a second ago. Well, I may hit ocean. So. There you go. There's some ocean through the bushes.
See some.
There's a better shot up here. Sorry for the movement, but the road's kind of rolly, and I don't have a stabilizer.
Oh, lots of bushes now.
Well, bushes again. This may be an exercise in futility. Oh, there. There we go. Again, glimpses through the bushes. There. There, see, trust me, there's ocean out there. And lots of bushes too. So every time I try to get a shot of the ocean, by the time I get my camera up, I hit the stupid bushes. So look quickly. Every now and then we get a glimpse.
And then every time you put it down again, that's when you can see it again. Oh, here, come up.
Oh, here's something coming up here. Yay, here. Looky. Fuck! There, see? Ocean, finally.
It's the Southern Ocean.
The Southern Ocean.
That's what it's called.
Oh.
South between Australia and Antarctica.
Okay, concentrate on staying on the road.
Yeah, I am.
Okay,
I'm looking at the road. I'm just talking.
I don't know if you can do two things at once.
I'm not a woman.
Oh, that'll over now. Really great on this video. He didn't mean that. What he meant, he isn't a wombat. Because have you ever seen a wombat drive? Wombats are the worst. They go right when they should go left. They slow right down and speed right up, and you're right up a wombat's butt. So I strongly suggest that if you ever are on the road and there's a wombat driving, get off the road.
Okay, so what's coming up? Well, I have been alluding to the fact that this weekend is a busy weekend. Yes, Men's Sew Day on Sunday, but on Saturday, we have the 4S Club collaboration group that consists of Stephanie from Stephanie Stitches, Sean from The Guy Who Sews, Shannon from Slay Arts, and myself. And we're going to have a little sew along amongst us. It'll be live. You can join in on the chat, sew along with us if you wish. But while we're working on our projects, and I don't know what I'm going to be working on because I have them pretty much done, or something, and we're going to just be talking a little bit about the whole thing, the challenges that we found while we were working on these patterns that you selected for us, talk about our progress to date, talk about what joy they have brought to us and what pain in the butt they have brought to us as well. So that's on Saturday on YouTube. It is on Stephanie's channel at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and there's a link to Stephanie's channel in the show notes below, so please join us. Stephanie does one every Saturday at 5 p.m. So this one is in her same time slot, but it's with all of us on the 4S Club. Another thing that happened this week was Walter made one of my favorite food groups. Actually, he made late last week an apple pie. I love pie. And that was delicious. And then he made a lemon meringue pie. And Walter uses real lemons when he makes lemon meringue pie. And actually, as an aside here, I didn't know you could freeze lemons. We buy a bag of lemons, with 6, 7, or 8 lemons in it, use one, and watch the rest go green with mold in our fridge, which is a waste. So, especially at the price of lemons these days, or any produce for that matter. So, I had heard of somebody freezing lemons. And I thought, well, I didn't think about that, so I froze my lemons. And it works. Now, of course, you don't want to use them as a piece of garnish because they're a little mushy when they're thawed out. But you pop a lemon out of the freezer, throw it in your microwave for 45 seconds, and juice it. And it's great. It works fine. And that's what Walter used for the lemon pie, the lemon meringue pie. And it is a work of art. And I have a little video clip to show you that I'll insert here right now. Look what Walter made. He made one of my favorite food groups, pie. And this time, it's a lemon meringue. He's got nicely golden brown peaks. And his meringue doesn't float. And when I make it, my meringue floats. That's a story for another day.
but I can't wait to eat this pie. Yum, 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 yum. Walter's pie.
Hey,
Good.
Ben So Day I have mentioned. A few of you have asked me when the next pop-up So Day is. I do not know. I'm hoping to have at least one before Christmas. It's a busy time of the year, as I well know, and so we'll see. I'm thinking right now, and I'm just thinking out loud, that maybe a week from this Saturday might be good. I don't know. I don't know if Walter's going to have a in-person sew day with his sewing class group in December. I'll have to ask him about that because I usually coordinate it for the same day that he has his thing. So I'll have to see. But you will all be the first to know when I decide. So stay tuned. Okay, that's it for me for this week. Tune in tomorrow to the Idiot Quilter. And Friday will be So Chatty. And of course, Stephen and Walter live on Sunday as usual. So we'll see you around. Bye for now.